Good afternoon. Today we're going to be talking about some technology planning and how we can make a technology situation a lot better for students that are in such a terrible home situation or very rural community such as the one I'm in. So why is technology essential? Technology being such a huge thing. The first thing is the digital learning standards. We're all going to start being assessed on that. Students just really need those technology skills. Everything in the world becoming so technology savvy. Students really just need those skills to be able to participate in everyday life. Their state and college assessments are becoming 100% online. So they need to know how to do the technology enhanced items and not just answer A, B, C, or D. Also, the engagement of students with technology increases greatly as they work on a computer or a cell phone or with some type of technology versus writing on a piece of paper most of the time. So our proposed plan in my group, we decided that they can still use the current hardware they have. You don't have to just throw out whatever you have, but some great updates are also a really good chance. You can find valuable resources that aren't necessarily expensive. There's tons of free online things that we'll talk about later in our presentation. Professional development, just utilizing the people that you have in your community and your school system, learning more about what other teachers are using. The best professional development you can have is from other teachers. Funds for growth can sometimes be really difficult to get, but it never hurts to ask people. A lot of times people will give money for education, but they're never asked. So go look for the grants, go ask people, go ask community partners, community members, and a lot of times they'll give if they have the opportunity. Also, like I said, embracing the community. Go ask people, go ask, around. They'll give the education if they have the opportunity. If somebody says, hey, we need so and so, they want the kids in the community to thrive because that's their future. Some current hardware that they have. Chromebooks are kind of getting older. I know at my school we've had the same Chromebooks for 4 years, I believe, and they're just kind of getting a little outdated. They're starting to tear up, things like that, but they're still usable. Just because they're old doesn't mean we just have to stop using them. Utilize those computer labs that we've had for 15 years. Just because they're not up to date doesn't mean that they're not still valuable resources. And smart boards. I had a huge smart board. I use it for 5 years, and there's nothing wrong with using an old school smart board that you can draw a picture on. The screens obviously are nicer. They're more sleek. They're prettier, but they're not necessarily different. So use what you got. So some integrations to motivate and engage. Digital storybooks, not just little storybooks that are on paper. They can create their own storybooks. I know one of the things they're doing right now for us is creating their own story based on some things they're doing in different classes. Multimedia as an audio or visual background. Our students love to listen to music. Their big thing is music. So a lot of the teachers that I work with will play music in the mornings as they're working, just to get them engaged in what they're working on. Creating those animations. They love Disney. They love cartoons at this early age. And so letting them create that on their own. Their displays. Always make them innovative so that they're not just, okay, here's a PowerPoint. Make them, a little prettier or whatever so that it's just a little more engaging. Digital mind maps using their characters, showing their plots. Using an Autobot or a Sphero to show that map and how they got there. And then interactive practice and computer games. Always fun. Our kids love games. Even adults now are all about some video games. So interactive practice using those computer games to get them engaged in their learning. This is a few options that we have that don't cost a lot of money or are free. ABCI, students love. Sometimes it's a little below their grade level, which is why they love it, because it's easy. Brain Games, PBS Kids. BrainPop is wonderful. Prodigy, our school is in a little bit of an issue with right now, but Prodigy is wonderful if you can get it to work. Biblionicem, great. And then all the Google apps are wonderful and completely free. Some professional development ideas that we have once a month after school, great way, just everybody kind of get together, talk about what's going on in the classroom, and then ways that some teachers are incorporating technology in their classroom. Options to teachers, so not only not making them always come, but giving them option. Various lessons for the teachers to implement, and then introduce new and old resources. So sometimes old resources are just as good as new resources. And then Fund for Growth. Fundraising is always an option to get some new technology, Coke fundraisers, coupon books, fun runs, spring flings. Our school does great with dances. So that's kind of been our thing. We did a Halloween dance. We do a spring fling kind of dance. And then, like we said earlier, asking for donations. Grants are also a great way, especially for Title I schools, because people are always willing to give money for a low-income school. So within the last 3 years, each classroom has a projector, smartboard, and Chromebooks for each student in each class. This has been done through fundraising grants and federal money. So encouraging support, discuss options with the school, have clear and concise plans, show growth through data, and engage parents and guardians. You always want to show the growth. You always want your school board to be in on it, and you want your parents to be super engaged in it as well. So here's the resources we used and the articles we looked at to create our PowerPoint. Okay, I try to super rush through the end because I know we got to go get our kids.
And